Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Converse. For nearly a year, Converse has been proactively examining strategic opportunities to ensure that the future of Converse is healthy and vibrant. The discussion to place our traditional women's college under the umbrella of Converse University, while also adding a coeducational undergraduate college and enhancing our international school and making it an international college, came about from research into opportunities that would help us grow the college and ensure a strong future. We've made a number of very positive changes in the last few years, including the addition of new degree programs, expansion to the University Center of Greenville, and our new Doctorate of Education program in professional leadership. Those changes have made a big difference to the strength of Converse, but those changes on their own could not ensure that Converse's future is strong and vibrant. We are facing a future where we see a decline in high school graduates. Prospective students are not as interested in attending a single-gender college as in the past. Women's colleges have experienced decreased enrollment numbers over the last 20 years. With these changes, it caused us to pause and to consider what the future for Converse would be if we did nothing. In May 2019, we began this conversation about what the strongest future for Converse could look like. In multiple online and in-person town hall meetings at Converse and across the Southeast, we talked with students, faculty, staff, and alumni. The Converse Board of Trustees formed an ad hoc committee made up of trustees, alumni, faculty, staff, students, and community members to request and review research on the future and reality of this change. Other former women's colleges that have implemented a coeducational structure were examined in depth, and a group of administrators, ad hoc committee representatives, and students visited 2 of them in the fall of 2019. These visits provided informative, firsthand knowledge that confirmed Converse has engaged in a number of best practices as it has gone through this process of evaluation. The process has been thoughtful, contemplative, and collaborative. Key to our future planning have been the voices of our Converse community. As I mentioned, our board appointed an ad hoc committee to examine in depth the research about these potential changes, and I'd like to introduce Austin Price Falk, class of 1995 and Alumni Association board president, who is with us today to share more about the work of the ad hoc committee over the fall of 2019. Austin?
From August of 2019 until November of 2019, the ad hoc committee thoughtfully examined a great deal of information and research that was presented by the administrators of the college at the request of the committee. We carefully considered the wide range of ramifications connected to the proposal to admit men at the undergraduate level. We studied select college campuses, as Krista mentioned, that have made similar transitions, and this got a lot of really valuable feedback from the committee members who were able to visit those institutions. We reviewed input and feedback from alumni, faculty, staff, students, and friends of the college who garnered through online surveys and town hall meetings and traveled to alumni meetings. We also, we discussed amongst one another as a committee questions and concerns that should be recommended to the board for further review and consideration. The ad hoc committee's recommendation to the board was presented with a recommendation to take care to preserve a women's college component with an emphasis on women's leadership at Converse. In addition, we recommended that with the vote to move forward, a coeducational undergraduate residential component committee should be formed to address traditions, culture, residential life, and more. And now I'd like to introduce Phyllis Perrin-Harris, class of 1982, chair of the Converse Board of Trustees. Phyllis has been the Converse's Board of Trustees since 2002. Phyllis.
The Converse Board of Trustees is the governing body of Converse. Each member has a fiduciary duty to act in the best interest of Converse and to be loyal to this institution and to steward Converse to a better future through the development of strong educational programs and long-range strategic plans. It is the board's duty to make judgments on the basis of what is best for Converse as a whole and for the advancement of our students. The Board of Trustees examined the comprehensive research presented by the Ad Hoc Committee. With this research in mind and following conversations with the leadership at more than 6 other institutions, and our assessment of the financial challenges that we and so many private institutions throughout the country face, the Board of Trustees voted to move forward with the following actions earlier today. 1, expand the mission of Converse as a co-educational institution committed to upholding the vision of our founders to educate students to see clearly, decide wisely, and act justly. Further, the college will focus on preparing students to become engaged, adaptable, global citizens committed to progress within our society and communities in which they live and work. Second, change the name of Converse College to Converse University, effective July 1st, 2021, to recognize the college's 55-year history of offering strong graduate programs and its new level as a doctorate granting institution with a sizable international student population. Converse University preserves and expands our rich history of offering graduate studies by expanding our offerings to provide innovative adult, graduate, and professional study for both women and men. Began operating as Converse University effective fall 2021 with the Converse College Women's College recognizing the importance of developing strong women into confident leaders with single-gender housing and co-curricular programming, and Converse International College, dedicated to serving international students with superior programming and support. This is a very exciting time for all of us who love Converse, and I certainly do, including the entire Board of Trustees, and some of them are here today. Our new university status proudly recognizes the strength of the academics at Converse, the fact that 98% of our faculty hold a terminal degree in their field, and the work we've done to grow opportunity, launch degrees, and establish Converse in an exciting new light. Converse will focus on preparing students to become engaged, adaptable global citizens, committed to progress within our society and communities in which they live and work. Each of us on the board are invested in the future of this institution, what it will continue to contribute to the Spartanburg community, the upstate of South Carolina, and the Southeast. And with that, Krista.
Our mission from the beginning was clear. In the words of our founder, Dexter Edgar Converse, we educate students to see clearly, decide wisely, and to act justly. 130 years later, honoring those words again means taking bold action. We did that in 2014 when, in the face of skyrocketing higher education costs, we reset our tuition, reducing it by more than 40% and opening the doors of opportunities to students who previously thought that a quality private education experience was out of their reach. When students and families thought college wasn't possible for them, Converse said, "Yes, it is," and provided opportunity. The decision today to open our doors to all academically qualified students was always contemplated by our original founding fathers. The act to incorporate Converse, written in 1896, says that Converse will be a high-grade college for the liberal education of women or of both men and women, if it shall be deemed expedient. And we know that by making this change, more women will come to Converse, women who otherwise would not have considered us. And because of that, we will have an even greater impact as we help more women find their voice, value, and vision. With fewer than 2% of female college-bound high school students even considering a single-gender college, we see the addition of a co-educational undergraduate residential component as a strategy not just to recruit men, but also to recruit women who have previously not shown an interest in Converse. In fact, studies from 15 single-gender colleges who added a co-educational component showed a 2-year average enrollment growth of 74% and a 4-year average enrollment growth of 86% for incoming classes. Converse is home to a newly launched doctoral program in professional leadership, as well as award-winning history-making programs that include data analytics, science classes that utilize virtual reality to enhance the learning experience, and education programs that have produced a legacy of award-winning teachers and school administrators across the nation. It is home to South Carolina's leading undergraduate music program, the first Bachelor of Fine Arts in Creative and Professional Writing, and the upstate's only undergraduate music therapy degree program. Converse is a place of high standards, a top regional college for undergraduate teaching, and a best value institution. And Converse will continue to strongly affirm our mission to develop strong women leaders. That does not change. We're launching into new territory at Converse, but together we're moving forward and we're growing as a family. We will preserve the close community Converse has always been. We will hold true to our dedication to nurturing our students, teaching them the power of leadership, and empowering each and every voice. This is an exciting time at Converse. By once again providing opportunity, we will strengthen Converse with new perspectives, experiences, and possibilities. We hope you will join us in celebrating 130 years of history making and help us continue to make more as we march toward the future.